Hello, dear friends. Matthew Watt has spoken again and said some interesting things. Opinion piece. Dominoes falling. Domino effect. Chain reaction. Sequence of falls. Wonders of being multiplanetary. Hatonn explains what's happening. Let's start. The rising frequency on Earth aligned all the dominoes, and one by one they have fallen, most of them behind the scenes. Now that is unstoppable process is reaching the mainstream media. For the next few weeks and months, the news will include accusations and denials from real people, clones or doubles of individuals, according to Matthew through his mother Susan Watt. Commander Hatonn was asked, "If benevolent aliens come to help us, could you tell them to come now and stop the chaos and killing?" Answer: benevolent visitors have been on Earth helping us for a long time, because their unusual missions require them to blend in and not stand out as extraterrestrial. Members of special forces from intelligence agencies and military forces work with ship crews to prevent the detonation of nuclear warheads sent into space. Authorization for this comes directly from the Creator and has been used more than 24 times. For decades, the world's worst actors have tried to start a third world war and devastate the planet, but they weren't allowed to do so. None of them are allowed to directly interfere with anything the dark ones do. They know they have lost and will go down fighting, sowing chaos, misery and bloodshed wherever they can. However, what the visitors are not allowed to do, Earth warriors in the forces of light are allowed to do, and the White Hats are using their free will to thwart every dark operation they encounter. These brave missionaries of light are relentless in their pursuit and destruction of all things based on darkness. The White Hats are paving the way to peace, justice and abundance for all, and the light they radiate, plus the light in all thoughts about that kind of world, helps enormously. First contact. There is nothing new to say about the mass landings. The commanders are still on the standby, waiting for God to tell them to leave when the safety of their crews and those gathered to welcome them is guaranteed. Obviously, that's not yet possible. The dark side doesn't want people to know that other civilizations exist, much less than that any are technologically advanced enough to travel to Earth, and that some live alongside us. So many people have seen the ships that there is a clamor to end the concealment. The crews didn't expect to fly over our skies for so long. The thousands of 2- and 4-person reconnaissance ships circling the planet belong to very different fleets, and all the crews were eager to meet them. They will bring their technology and assist them wherever and however we want. Until then, commanders will continue to rotate crews through their 5 or 10 years missions. After 2 months of surveillance, they can go to a rest and recovery center on the moon for a month, or spend that time in their home countries. Conspiracy. Speaking of a multiplanetary future, extraplanetary events are a thing of the past. For more than half a century, a secret space force has worked with aliens in various locations across the solar system, And from day one, they have been plotting something untoward. This regressive alliance abducts ordinary people to do the heavy lifting, and specialists with experience in technological design and installation to handle that part. One of their projects was an AI operation center that would mind control the entire population through a global network that is being built, was being built. The coalition dismantled the center, while others kept the members of the negative alliance at bay. This wasn't about denying free will. It was in keeping with the universal law that only at the request of individuals of any civilizations are they allowed to interfere in the affairs of another. That was exactly what they did, and for evil purposes. The space saga goes beyond that recently doomed project, and much of it is also hidden. For example, NASA gives the impression that everyone is enthusiastic about space exploration and international colonization. That's nonsense. The interest lies in the fact that the dark side has instigated all the wars in the world and has formed the secret space force. In addition to establishing the mind control center, they were developing weapons capable of destroying the world. They planned to start an interplanetary war in the solar system, and once controlled, they would invade other worlds in this galaxy. Furthermore, they have vague memories. Years ago, a joint military command expelled the dark forces from the solar system, and since then they have been thinking their ranks throughout the Milky Way. They also erected the fortress of light around Earth that kept out everyone and everything of low frequency. A space jump. In Earth's golden age, bodies will vibrate at frequencies that allow space jumping. You will be able to travel in a ship that moves like a tour bus or in an AI-operated vessel as large as your major cities. You will also be able to travel astrally or simply with your thoughts. You will meet members of our universal family, both human and humanoid, and others whose bodies you cannot even imagine. You will discover the planetary surface, inner worlds, and exquisite water worlds where love, kindness, gentleness, inner beauty, and ancient wisdom are the hallmarks of the resident souls. There will be exchanges of new friends and reunions with loved ones, including pets from your multiple lives. In addition to speech, we will converse telepathically. This type of communication is the energy of the thoughts of those conversing, and if they speak different languages, a universal translation system allows them to understand each other perfectly. The same is true of conference calls. Everyone understands each other. We will be excited by the excitement, discoveries, and diversity of a multiplanetary lifestyle. Communications. This work has nothing to do with influencing communications everywhere. It's about informing all civilizations about the actions of the forces of light to put an end to what has happened on Earth under the rule of the puppets of the dark forces. Lying is the language of governments and corporate leaders in the Western world. Some national leaders are clones or doubles controlled by the dark side, and some showbiz idols traded their souls for fame and fortune. Greed, corruption, and bloodshed are rampant among the segment of the population that worships Hatonn and controls the economy, elections, mainstream media, education, the military, and the legal and judicial systems. The vast majority of people are kind, honest, hardworking, devoted to their families, and have been so successfully manipulated that they believe everything the authorities tell them. Some have awakened thanks to the perseverance of volunteers in raising people's spiritual consciousness, and others are beginning to see what is wrong with the world and understand that they have the power to change it. This awareness must be the first priority for the necessary measures to be taken, and as the frequency continues to rise, we will discover that we are powerful, multidimensional, immortal souls with cosmic heritage and multiple lifetimes. So, human beings who know this think that burying their heads in the sand in the face of what is happening in the world is spiritually assisting the forces of light. Some who knew this decided the world was lost and left this life prematurely. Others, who also knew this, decided to pay the price that wealth and power would cost them. It is a mammoth task to continually update all this information in a ticker tape-like format in space, so that other civilizations know how the Earth family is progressing. The gratifying part is knowing that the astonishing magnitude of deception and evil will implode due to its unsustainable density and the efforts of the forces of light. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.